Well, like many of you, Pam and I grew up in homes that really ought not to be repeated. My mom grew up in a pretty tough home, experienced some childhood abuse, and she brought a significant amount of that forward. So I grew up in a home that was very fearful and that had some very, very difficult moments. But when I was looking for a wife, I didn't really think any of that played. I was just gonna look for somebody who was different and lively and beautiful. And so when I met Pam, I thought, I have found the perfect woman. She doesn't have any of those issues going on in her life.
That's right. Little did he know, my backstory, the firstborn daughter of an alcoholic dad with severe rage issues, a lot of domestic violence in the home that I grew up in. But my mom's best friend, she saw the chaos that we were living in, and she invited us to come to church. And there at church, I saw what love looked like for the first time, and I knew I wanted to know the author of love, Jesus. And so my life radically changed. God was rebuilding me from the inside out, but it takes time to unpack the baggage.
Right. Now, of course, I assumed when I met Pam, wow, she's walking with Jesus. She's a godly young woman. Like, sure, she grew up in a tough home, but that stuff's behind her, and it's behind me. So in this relationship, we're not going to see any of that come to the surface.
And we got married, we had a great honeymoon. We tried to run our relationship, with God's direction. And we had a great time on our honeymoon until one day, the baggage appeared and I stepped out of the shower and I was blow drying my hair and I put on my makeup and I'm looking in the mirror. And I began to criticize myself, basically from head to toe, pointing out all the flaws I thought were in my 20-year-old frame.
And in typical guy fashion, I started getting frustrated. Because I'm thinking, I am on my honeymoon, I am with the woman of my dreams, I think she's the most incredible woman that God's ever made, and there she is criticizing herself in the mirror. And I thought, well, I know how this goes. She's gonna get all self-conscious, probably gonna get depressed. I bet this is gonna take the rest of our honeymoon for her to recover from this, and I thought, I can't believe this is happening. And then that moment happened that I knew was bigger than me. I knew it was God helping me out, learning how to love this woman. So the thought crossed my mind, Bill, you could do a better job than the mirror's doing right now. So I knew I had a choice. I could either get angry with Pam and tell her to just stop it, or I could listen to this thought that I knew God had just given me. And I figured that was a better course of action. And so rather than getting upset with Pam, I just kind of swept her towards me. I took her face and turned it towards me. I said, Pam, let me be your mirror. If you need to know how beautiful you are and what a great woman of God you are, you come see me and I'll tell you. And if I have to break every mirror in our house to get you to believe me, I will. Because from now on, I will be your mirror. And folks, I saw Pam come back right now. And my reaction internally was like, whoa, Bill, pay attention. And I knew I was too young to have come up with this on my own. And frankly, I'm not smart enough to have figured this out on my own. So I knew God had just given me an idea on how to encourage Pam. And when I saw the difference that made in her life, I just made a commitment that day. God, if you ever give me one of those thoughts, those ideas on how to love Pam, I don't care what my friends think about it. I'm going to go with it if it has this kind of an impact on the woman that I love.
Right, and we have tried to be each other's mirrors now, reflecting God's value into each other's hearts and lives for over 35 years. So the mirror thing, it's working.
Right, and what I would say to all of you is life is hard on the people that you love, but you have the opportunity to be a mirror to them that reflects their value and gives them a better chance at accomplishing all that God put them on earth to do.
Let me be your mirror, let me show you who you are. We'll peel off those labels and we'll fix the fallen stars. And we'll crucify the photographs that never spoke your heart. 'Cause I've seen